and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to do one of the most basic functions of a WordPress website, and that is how to create a new blog post. Blog posts are incredibly important. It's the kind of stuff that makes your site active, not just a static brochure site. It inspires Google to show your site to more visitors, because if it's an active site, yeah, Google likes that. It shows them that you're doing stuff. You didn't just create this brochure site and leaving it there. You're continually creating new, interesting content. That's why blog posts are so important, among other reasons. But primarily, that's what you want to do to really help your customers, your clients know more about you. Let them know how much of an authority you are in the kind of things that you do. And to also let Google know all that same information. Keep it an active site. Don't let it go passive. Yeah, create consistently new blog posts. Okay, so you're logged into your admin area of your WordPress site. I've just got a demo site set up here. Now, there are a couple different ways you can add new blog posts. One is up here, you'll see new in your WordPress admin toolbar. If you hover over that, this little menu comes down. You can see you could enter a post, a page, add new media, add a new user. Okay, that's one way you could do it. You could go over here to posts, and you see another menu, all posts. If you click on all posts, and you see this little menu, now it goes over here to the left side. If you click on all posts, it will show you all the posts that you've created so far. And you can see right now, yeah, the site is empty. There are no posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Add New, or you can see the button up here. Add New Post, Add New Post. Both will do the same thing. This opens up a blank editing page. Here where it says Add Title, guess what, man? You want to add a new title. So I'm going to call this How to Create a Blog Post. Okay. That's the title of your blog post. What you'd really would like to do is put as many kind of searchable keywords in there, if you could put that in there. Like if you wanted to do a feature on Zion National Park, you could put like fine art prints from Zion National Park, something like that. That would let people know when they're searching for fine art prints of Zion, maybe for their dentist office or their home, whatever they're going to use it for, there's a better chance that your post will come up in a Google search. I'll talk more about that in other videos. For this video, let's just focus on, how to create a post. So you've got the title, how to create a blog post. Now, the next thing that's going to happen is you see here a little plus sign, and it says type or to choose a block. What you can do, if you're just going to write a paragraph, you could click down in there and just start typing. And then you could create a paragraph. That would be a paragraph block, and you would do it block by block. Even if all you had were 3 paragraphs, you would create 3 paragraph blocks. Okay. So let's just go ahead and do that. And just to let you know, if you want to select, make sure you're doing a paragraph block. If you click on the plus sign, it gives you some options, images, headings, things like that. I'm just going to click on paragraph, and that's what it looks like. I want to say the best way to blog is to just start consistently create new content with your blog. Okay. I don't want to type a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to just copy. I just highlighted that whole thing, and for Mac did Command C. I just did Command V. There's my first paragraph. Okay, that's a paragraph block. You can see the little toolbar up here. It's left aligned. If you wanted to center it, you could do something like that. If you wanted to right align it for any reason, you could do that. So play around with the tools up here. If you wanted to bold anything, like if I just wanted to make that the best way is to just start. I want that to be bold because that's incredibly important. If I want it to be italicized as well, I think WordPress calls it emphasized, but just click on the slanted I. It's kind of like using Word, right? It's like using a word processor. That's kind of an antiquated term, right? Yeah, but it's kind of like using a text program. Okay, so now there's your first block. You've got a paragraph block. If you want to go to the next block, you just hit enter at the end. You can see where the cursor is right after blog here. I just hit enter. Okay, it takes me down to where I can choose a new block, or I want to just do another paragraph block. I'm going to put a subheading there. So I'm going to say heading, and it'll come up with heading 2. I'm going to say blog often there. And that's heading number 2. Heading number 1 is bigger. Heading number 3 is smaller. Consistently, I usually go with heading 2. That's pretty standard, and that's going to keep your blog looking consistent. As always, kind of stay with the same kind of heading sizes. That way, it doesn't look like you've got this big mess every time you create a new blog post. Try to keep things as consistent as you can throughout your blog. Okay, so there's my heading. Here, I'm going to go ahead and click after the exclamation points there and just hit enter or return. And it brings me down here to the next block. Now it could be another paragraph, and I'll just go do another paragraph, and I'll say blog as often as you can. Always make sure it's valuable content. Exclamation point. Now that's important, right? You're expecting people to come to your website to look at what you've done, so you want to give them valuable information that's either informative, it tells them something, it educates them on something, or at the very least it entertains them. And sometimes actually the entertaining blogs are the most popular. So if you can, even if you're just trying to do an educational one or just an informational site, try and entertain as much as you can as well. That will, who doesn't like to be entertained? That will bring people back more often. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and paste again to make this paragraph. You can keep writing, really an actual paragraph. Okay, so there's my next paragraph. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit return again. Now that's down here where I can add a new block. I'm going to add an image this time. If I click on an image block, and it'll say, do you want to upload something, or do you want to look in the media library? I'll look in the media library first. See if there's anything that I want to use here. Maybe I want to use this photo. Say you want to upload something that you haven't uploaded to your website yet. You can go over and click on a window and say, I'm just going to, let's see, Lightroom exports. Let's see. Where's one? Okay, say this is it. All I did was drag this image from my open folder that was on my desktop over here to this area, and it uploaded the image and it selected it. So if I want to add this photograph to my blog post, I would just click on this blue button down here. It says select. There, you can see this edit the photograph. I want to make sure that stays center. So I'm going to say align center. Okay. So here's what your blog post looks like so far. You've got your title, you've got your first paragraph, you've got a subheader, you've got your next paragraph, and these are all separate blocks, okay? If you see this little stair-step looking thing up here, if you click on that, it'll show you all the blocks you've used so far. There's your paragraph. Here's your header. Here is another paragraph. And here is your image. So if you want to go down and make sure that you get to any block in your blog post, you just click on this little stair pattern, and that'll show you all the blocks that exist on your page. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe add one more section here. I'm gonna do a heading again, and I will just say in conclusion dot dot dot. Okay, there's another heading block. Now I'm going to go down and yeah, just go ahead and go into a typing into a paragraph block where I can just say, let me wrap things up by saying blog as often as you can. Make it informative, entertaining, and valuable to the reader. Don't waste people's time. Have fun. Okay, there is my blog post. I'm going to just say that again. That's my whole post now. Now, a couple things I can do now that I want to publish this. First thing I'm going to do is I go from clicking on the block options over here. I will click on to post options. If I go down here and hit category, I can hit uncategorized. You'd probably want to create categories that will pertain to your blog. Like if you do a travel blog, you might want to create a category per country or something like that, or for food, that kind of thing. I'm just going to say, call this category WordPress tutorials. Add new category, and you can see that that's checked. Okay. Now if I go down here, the featured image, what that is going to do is sometimes when you see a blog post, let me show you, like, here's my that's my photography website. It's going to go to the admin login. We don't need that. Sorry for the delay here. I'm just going to actually go to the front end of the website. And if I go to blog, you can see the blog menu item here. You can see this is what your featured image is going to do. It's going to give the kind of a visual preview of what this post is going to be about. So that's what you want to do when you select a featured image. So I'm just going to go up here. I'll select that motorcycle picture again. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for now. I will go ahead and just publish this now. And the cool thing, you know what? When you publish these, nothing is written in stone. If you need to go back and change anything, I'm going to go ahead and click View Post. Okay, there it is. There's my image. That's my featured image. You know what? I don't want to see that. Ignore this section real quick. Theme settings. Single content post. I don't want to have that image there. I want to start right with the text. Don't pay attention to what I just did here. I just had to do that because I hadn't set the temporary website up yet. But here's my first paragraph I did. Best way to start is just start. Blog often. There's the image in conclusion. And here it is. And then you can, on your website, you can set this up. You can have a little photograph, and that's handled by gravatar.com, where you can take your any website or any email address and add an image to this. It's kind of cool. It says about Ted. Then if I went into the user thing here and added like Ted, photographer, guitar player, web guy, something like that, you can do that. I'll show you that in another video that just, focuses on that. So that's how you create a blog post. Now, if you want to edit this, say you misspelled this word blog, you meant to spell blog. Anyway, just go up here and click where it says edit post. Okay, this brings you back into the editing area, right? You've got all your features here. Say I can retype blog. I like, oh no, I spelled it right the first time. But just say I did make a change that I want to keep. You make sure that after you've made that change, click that blue update button. And it'll tell you when it's been updated. You can view posts. There it is. Yes, the blog, it's been corrected. That's your first blog post. That's how to create a post in WordPress. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer anything I can. I'm Ted Vera, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks.